When I was a kid, I used to get bullied quite a fair bit. I was fat and I wore glasses, so it gave kids a lot of scope to pick things about me that they could pick on. But today's video is not about that. Today's video is an apology to a kid I went to high school with. His name was David. I'm not going to use last names because I don't want to upset anyone. But David came from France on an exchange with his father for work. Him and his brother came to our high school, and they were different, and at our high school different wasn't good. I was part of the different group. I hung out in the library with the oddballs and the weirdos and the nerds. Nerds and geeks back then weren't as cool as nerds and geeks are now. And David came to join us in the library, and he was a really cool dude. He would eat chocolate sandwiches for lunch. Well, I thought they were chocolate. They're probably something like Nutella, like a hazelnut spread. But we didn't eat anything like that. It was ham and sauce and white bread on our lunches. So he ate weird things. He didn't really grasp the language too well, and of course he had a very thick accent because he came from France. But that wasn't good in our school. So one day this kid, Ryan, decided not long after David got there that he was going to pick David out for being different. And he basically threw David to the ground after a bit of an altercation because David wasn't going to back down. Good on you, Dave. And I stepped in and punched Ryan. I'd never punched anyone in my life, and it wasn't a very good punch, and all he did was the same maneuver and pushed me over onto the ground too. So after that day, I basically distanced myself from David because I was an asshole, and I didn't really want to have to deal with the wrath of Ryan. But not only did I distance myself from David, I made sure that when we were in the same space as people like this guy Ryan, that David would definitely stand out to be more different than I did. Basically used him as a human shield, to the point where Ryan asked me one day about my friend David and was having a go at me, making fun of me, and I told Ryan that we weren't friends and that I thought David was a weirdo, and that I didn't like him either, which gave Ryan cause to go and punch and kick and push over David again. And this time I just stood there, and I stood there the next day and the next week and the next month until eventually David had had enough and his parents pulled him out of the school. The end of this story is that many years later, when I was recalling this story to another friend who also attended the same high school I went to, he informed me that Ryan didn't live a very happy life, and that Ryan was constantly getting beaten up by his dad at home. And it became pretty clear to me that someone who was being bullied ended up becoming the bullier, and that's not good. So this is an open apology to David and also to Ryan. And just to let people know that may be watching this video that are bullying someone or are being bullied, if you're being bullied, things get better. Don't worry about the bullies. If you're bullying, hey man, have a look in your life. You might be getting bullied too by someone, and just remember how that makes you feel and try not to pass it on to someone else. It's Anti-Bullying Day here today in Australia. That's my message. Have a great day.